Alright, this will be an interesting one. Wonder how big we're gonna make it. 141.4. Maybe we might not. We'll soon find out how big it is. It's going to add some contrast. I'm going to lighten this off considerably. Alright, let's see what we've got. We've got here, it's got a missing front cover. I think it's called White Dwarf, the magazine, to do with figurines like Warcraft and shit like that. So we've got figurines. Oops, we want this image there. But basically, yeah, this is all to do with, this is what we're photocopying there. We're photocopying this picture. But yeah, this is all like Warcraft and shit like that, which I don't know much about, folks. I'm not an expert on this shit, to be honest, but it looks interesting. So wondering how big we're gonna make it. I'm just gonna keep that sitting there. Gonna try and put this within the A5 area on the glass. So we're just going to use the A5 area, try and move it over a bit, or maybe we're just going to push it back onto the A5 and just close the dock feeder. Sorry about the poor camera work. I'm just using my camera hand to help lower the cover or the dock feeder. So let's see how this turns out. I'm hoping to get that a certain part of that image into the frame. I was hoping to get that image there, that character there, but it's off the edge. I'm going to have to make this a smaller enlargement. Wondering how big this is. I'm wondering, we're going to make this a lot smaller on the horizontal. So the horizontal is going to be 120, and the vertical is also going to be 120. Let's see if we can improve on this. But yeah, Warcraft, I don't know anything about that shit, but it's like playing games with figurines. Apparently it's not a computer game, it's a game of where you have figurines. Now that looks good, but we've got the center there. Gonna have to try and make something better out of this. Maybe we could slide it up or slide it down further. But basically, yeah, it's meant to be with figurines rather than a computer console or a gaming console. It's a different kind of warfare. And it has, I think, what would be called a cult following, perhaps. Anyway, that looks a lot better. So we got that character. That's the character I wanted to show in the image. And I'm wondering where the center of this job is going to be. Gonna make it there. I was thinking that. Or maybe, yeah, we're going to make it, when we're going to make the center of this job. I'm trying to guess. I'm trying to work out what's the better. We're going to make it there. We're just trying to decide, folks. It's very hard to work out sometimes how something should look. But at least we've got a good positioning and enlargement. But yeah, it's a bit of a cult following, I do think. It's probably more popular than I imagined, but it's basically, yeah, it's non-computer, non-Xbox or PlayStation or whatever. It's all done with figurines for some reason. Anyway, it's an interesting concept. It's probably a bit like the war games you play with toy soldiers, the old toy soldiers, that sort of thing. It's a similar concept, I do think. A very similar concept. I don't know, I'm not an expert, folks. I know nothing. I just find this stuff that's interesting and I make my demos out of these interesting pictures. So I do all sorts of things, but basically this is a really interesting piece showing these figurines being used as war pieces. Interesting. It's a nerdy thing, I do think, if I'm correct. It is a nerdy, one of the nerdy things, which is why it's a cult following. But it is considered the nerdy, but that's okay. Being a nerd is cool. I'm a nerd myself. I'm a photocopier nerd. I call myself a toner head, which is a more specific term for photocopier nerd. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that looks brilliant. I think now we can call this demo quits.